this thing on? Are we good?
We should be good to go now.
Good morning, ladies and gents. Loaded in the building bright and early. What's going on, Kregerman32, RW Collectibles, Irwin. We have got a massive day ahead of us, Big Dog. I mean, massive.
It's going to be good. It's starting to get good. Life is starting to get good again.
It's true.
Every night there's something going to be good to watch. We got baseball season back. I know we're going to get into it, but it's...
Oh, man, you're one step ahead of me because I'm actually talking about internally what we have going on here today, what we have going on here tonight on the old Fanatics live app. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in. A happy Tuesday. I know Tuesday is always the toughest day of the week for some of y'all out there. Used to be my toughest day of the week. Now I have no tough days.
Yeah, I agree. Tuesdays are weird.
Tuesdays are weird. So, guys, what we got going on tonight at 6:45 Eastern Time? Fanatics Instant Rips. It's Fanatics' new exclusive repack. We're going to get our chance to try it out tonight at 6:45. But also, if you're wondering what's on the desk, right here, this is a Jason Dominguez autographed baseball bat. This is a bat inscribed The Martian as well, an inscription saying The Martian. We will be giving this baseball bat away tonight. And the way that you can get this baseball bat tonight is if you buy a pack, if you buy into the Odyssey Fanatics Instant Rips repack, you'll be entered into a drawing for a Jason Dominguez signed and inscribed bat with The Martian inscribed. So basically, you buy Instant Rips tonight, you hop on in, you check out the brand new repack, $250
that's
for
it.
the
It's
repack.
only $250 too.
Floor of 90, ceiling of $3,900. So like you will get something, plus every single purchase of Instant Rips will be an entry into the Jason Dominguez autographed baseball bat inscribed The Martian. We also have a 15 case break of Bowman Jumbo in the store. 15 times 6. What is that? 15? Oh, no. 15 times 6 is how many boxes? I can't do math like that.
10 times 6 is 60.
Okay.
It should be 90.
I gotta do the math.
That was quick math. I think it's 90.
All right. This is not a math show. So 15 times 6 is 90. You're right about that. 5 autos per box. 90 times
450 autos.
450 autographs.
That doesn't even sound real to say.
No.
450 autographs.
So we got 450 autographs in this Bowman Jumbo break in our store right now. Roscoe's in the building. Good morning, Roscoe.
There's Cannabis. See, Cannabis is protesting right now because I believe Let's Go Dodgers is looking to take down is a good player in the game of the Gibbies. And Cannabis is a good friend of the show and hasn't been able to.
So by the way, going back to yesterday, I don't know if you stuck around, but the alleged bot, Jan, came out of the woodwork and defended themselves, and we were incorrect. Jan was not a bot.
Dude, I know everybody who is claimed to be, they're just good players in the game. You know
they
what
know
I mean?
what they're doing.
They just play the game. You know what I mean? You got to be a player in the game.
Don't hate the player. Don't hate the game.
You got to play tough. You know what I mean? You got to grit and grind to get those.
Took a little while to change accounts, always suspect. But let me say this again. All right, so this is what we got going on. We have a 15 case break of Bowman draft. That's jumbo in the store. 450 autographs that we're going to be ripping today. That break will rip tonight at least. I would love to rip it earlier. If you want to hop on in on this massive break, any spot you buy under $1,000, I will give you one spin at the slab or no slab wheel. Let me get this whole wheel up for us here today. Hang on. Is that it? No, not quite. I'll find it in a second here. But we'll get the slab or no slab wheel up for those who might be new to the program. Any team you buy in this 15 caser under $1,000 during Talkin Slab, we will give you a wheel spin of the slab or no slab wheel. Any spot you buy over $1,000, I'll give you 2 spins at the slab or no slab wheel. And look, honestly, it's a small price to pay for, slab or no slab wheel should be awesome. Hopefully you'll hit a slab. But regardless, you're going to be hitting 450 autos. What is slab or no slab? Schmuck. That's the wheel we spin every single day. Here, I'll show it to you, Schmuck.
Schmuck Duck.
It's just the name of the giveaway we do at 10 a.m. and 10:45 a.m. So there you go. For those who are new to the program, we run this wheel at 10 a.m. if we can get this trivia question correct, and then we run it back at 10:45 a.m. Eastern time. Yes. So any spot you purchase in this big, this massive, I won't know until I win it. Schmuck. Come on, you got to make a couple more accounts to win it here, Schmuck. But yeah, any spot we buy in this massive 15 caser, at least 1 spin, over $1,000, 2 spins, and of course tonight, Jason Dominguez inscribed that on the table with our Fanatics Instant Rips going on. But hope everyone's having a wonderful Tuesday. I know I woke up a little extra early today to watch the Tokyo games, watch the first Major League Baseball game of the 2025 season. Big Dog, did you get a chance? I know you've been...
I wanted to so bad. I wake up early. I do. I just couldn't... I watched a little bit of the tail end when I woke up and was laying in bed, kind of just getting ready. I don't even remember what inning it was in. It was around like 7:30 or so. It was still 3-1. I did not watch the whole game. I'm gonna have to analyze some more of it when I either in the studio when I see some highlights coming in on Twitter or later tonight. Maybe I'll get to deep dive and watch more of it because again, there's nothing. It's not like there's anything else going on, so I could rewatch it and still be excited.
So, I mean, look, let me just be clear. First of all, can't appreciate it. Second, J-Sauce, are you joking about that, or are you serious that you got a DM of someone yelling at him? Oh, my God. Nonetheless, moving on. That's hilarious, J-Sauce. Keep fighting the good fight, my friend. But the game this morning, listen, I was a little bit sleepy. I had it on. And I want to be clear. I'm not complaining. But it did feel a little bit like a glorified exhibition game in Tokyo.
But does it feel like that because you're sleepy at 6 a.m. and you don't like have the energy to like feel like it's a real game?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, look, Mookie Betts was not playing. He got. I wonder if someone gave him a bad piece of sushi or something like that. Freddie Freeman was also not playing, which I found just to be a little bit curious. Either way, the Dodgers make quick work of the Cubs. Let me get up this video here from Ohtani because, listen, man, did it feel like a glorified exhibition game? A little bit. But how about Shohei Ohtani in this game? Wanted to play, in case you were too asleep to get to see it. Ohtani is just, he's still Ohtani. Now, I couldn't find a video of this full at-bat here, but what impressed me most just right off the bat, he had Ben Brown pitching against him, nothing too crazy, but Ben Brown pitched him backwards. He gave him two breaking balls to start this game. Two breaking balls to start this at-bat. He laid off both of them, and then just look at that pitch. 0-2, out of the zone, bang, takes it the other way, keeps the inning alive, and this was the Dodgers' big inning that ultimately led them to win this game today. Then he did it again. Next at-bat, I believe, two at-bats later. Yeah, I'll show this one in full screen here. Two at-bats later for Shohei Ohtani. Top of the ninth. Look at that. 2-2 count. That ball is well out of the strike zone. I believe they clocked the exit velocity on this one at 114 miles an hour. I'll play it again. All right, wait. I got to show him to his little move here. Hey, yo. Ohtani's the man. But, dude, look at that. First game of the year. This guy has had, been working on his pitching, working on his bullpens, and this pitch is 2 feet below the strike zone, just pulls it 114 miles per hour down the right field line. I mean, it's just ridiculous. This guy is just so good, and he keeps it going. So in case you guys were asleep and missed it, just some highlights from that. J-Sauce, I made one off the wall comment in chat weeks ago. Went to bed waking up. Are you kidding me? Come on. If you got it, you can dish it out and take it. Both sides here.
What's up, Eddie? Good morning.
Maverick in here. He got sick before they left for Japan. Oh, Mookie, that is, or Freddie Freeman, Maverick. None from a guy. I'll warn me of a certain few. I most likely be told off
there's
by.
a whole community out there.
I know. That's crazy, Can. Keep fighting the fight. Okay, Mookie, I gotcha. But watching the game today, look, I am very happy baseball's back. I will be watching tomorrow, especially to see Roki Sasaki's debut. That's going to be exciting to watch without a doubt. But all in all, I did feel like it was a little bit lackluster in terms of the baseball game. I mean, Shota Imanaga was pulled after 4 innings, 69 pitches. Guy had 0 hits. I mean, the Cubs were up 1-0, and Freeman was scratched 40 minutes before the game. I didn't notice that, Jay. So I was looking at the game. They showed Freeman on the bench. I was wondering what happened. So, look, I'm not going to hate on it. It is fun. It's great for the folks in Japan. I know someone said that in the chat. It's great for them to get to see Ohtani, Yamamoto, Imanaga, Sasaki. Great to watch MLB baseball. But I was scratching my head. They took Imanaga out after 4 innings, which, don't get me wrong, first game, first 2 weeks, in today's MLB, I do not understand the whole pulling the pitchers, def ahead schedule. Look, that's kind of what I was getting at, though, is this is not new. Even growing up for us, guys got pulled after 5 innings or so when it was their first start. But first game in Japan, has a no-hitter through 4 innings, just let him throw the 5th. Like, I don't think it's that crazy to say just let him at least go one more inning, because ultimately the Cubs ended up losing this game because Ben Brown came in
and let up 3 runs.
And let up 3 or 4 runs, and that was really it. That was the entire game. That was it. Now, Big Dog, I know you didn't get a chance to watch the whole game, but, you know, any thoughts on the Japanese game? Will you be waking up a little earlier tomorrow? Or I know tomorrow's your day off, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, tomorrow with the day off. There's another. There's another one tomorrow.
Yeah, there's another one tomorrow.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, I'll be up for that one, watching that one. The bets will finally be getting locked in again. with the 5 and the 10 case and the 15 case for the anticipation of these rips. I've been sleeping a lot.
Good.
Just in case
You
these
need
do
it, man.
go. I'm ready to roll. Ready to rip 15 cases.
There we go.
Again, did miss out on the game this morning at 6 a.m. So we'll run that tomorrow when I have the day off. That is, again, I like it. I'm a big fan of sports in the morning. I love nothing more than being able to like be a degenerate early in the morning and play some bets.
World Baseball Classic. I was doing that. I was betting on Team Italy, Team Israel at 5 in the morning or whatever.
I have nothing against it. The Cubs and Dodgers are. It's not like they're in Florida. It's not like I'm going to be able to watch a Cubs and Dodgers game unless I travel to Chicago or LA anyway. Like, I think it's cool that they're in Japan. Japan's market for baseball is massive. Japan might be the best in baseball in the world.
Dude, that's what we were talking about yesterday.
So
it's starting to happen.
They definitely deserve it. The fans, I believe, appeared to show out. Like, it definitely, in my opinion, doing the Japan game in baseball seems way more, I think it's way more money efficient. I think it's overall the fans, like, I think it's better. What I'm trying to say is better than doing like NFL games in London and NFL games in Germany.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like that's like a hot take or anything, but like
it just makes sense.
I think it actually means something there. Like, I think it matters. I think it's good that baseball's. I know the London people enjoy the football games, but it's like it's not like the best football player in America came from London, or like that there's any like English crazy English players. It's like what Japan is producing, though. Sasaki, Yamamoto, Shohei, Imanaga, all these guys. Like, they deserve it. Like,
tomorrow will be special too, because it's a guy making his Major League Baseball debut, his first game in MLB. As a Japanese-born and raised player, lived there his whole life, played there for a couple of years. Got a couple comments. Thank you, Jay Sauce. It's gonna be same time, 6:10 a.m. first pitch. I'm watching the game in the shower. I mean, it was not the best game ever. It was not the best game ever. But 3:13 West Coast time. It's not worth it, Can. They play 162 of them.
Dude, but like when opening day comes, there's gonna be a lineup of like, let's just say 16 games, 15 games.
Yes.
One of those games is also not going to seem like a real game.
That's
you know what I mean? Like,
that's a good point.
We're getting one game and we're like, this is like spring training. Like, no, it's like the real baseball season. It's the first game of the year. Like, maybe it's a little slow and rusty, but like, you got to make the transition into it somehow. And I guarantee on opening day, there's probably going to be a game that ends 1-0 and it is like a snoozer. You know what I mean? So let's just go.
Yeah,
like,
you're
baseball's
right.
coming back.
Big
Let's
Dog.
just get excited.
I can't help myself.
Let's not take it too deep. Like.
And Maverick does say the difference is they don't go back to spring training games after those. I hear you, Maverick.
Fair, Maverick.
It's a spring training game where you play all your starters pretty much. It just, the juice was there.
Understandable from that perspective.
Tanner Scott absolutely shut the door for the Dodgers. Dodgers have not had a full-blown closer since Kenley Jansen, which was probably 2 or 3 years now. So, I mean, last season they went through the playoffs. I know one of my concerns was their bullpen. Bullpen looked great. Bullpen looked great in the playoffs last year. Bullpen just got better this year. And Tanner Scott, with his first save opportunity as a Dodger, shut the door. Good to see if you're a Dodger fan. Good to see if you're a Tanner Scott fantasy owner as well. I think we can get used to seeing that. Dave Martinez did say going into the season, Scott will get the most of our opportunities, but we're not going to commit to just lock, stock, and barrel one closer. One opportunity, one save, 1, 2, 3 inning. I think it's a great sign for the Dodgers, of course. And Tanner Scott's so annoying, man. So annoying. But another piece, one piece of MLB news, and then I have another question for you. A fun question, Big Dog. Our boy, our guy, Jac Caglianone, he's tearing it up in spring. A lot of speculation he could even break camp with the Kansas City Royals. Well, those dreams did take a dash last night. It's official, Caglianone. He was assigned to a minor league camp last night. This morning it comes out, they officially say he's going to start camp with the AA Northwest Arkansas. I believe they're called the Naturals. There you go, Maverick. If you want to keep me in check for some minor league baseball knowledge. Northwest Arkansas Naturals assigned to the AA. I think this is a good move, Big Dog. I know we love Jac Caglianone. I know he was tearing it up in spring training, but I do think this is necessary for his long-term development, which is ultimately it's all about. We were talking right before the show, though, and you asked me a question about his superfractor I wanted to kind of bring up here.
Yeah, I was just... Because, again, like we always are talking about, especially with Bowman draft and the card markets and stuff like that. Again, Cam Smith, another guy that has been blowing it up. Caglianone, obviously doing well. Christian Moore doing well. Again, who's ever buying the Royal spot, especially with that 15 caser in the shop and it being live, we were just having a conversation of what the card market for Jac Caglianone was like when Bowman draft came out, and he was just that high talked about draft pick that was getting all the attention compared to what he is now, with the media attention, but also talking the talk and walking the walk with it, like what that does to the market. I guess in chat, if you have anything to say, like to me, it's kind of like an interesting point because right now I feel like he's like going to the top. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so what happens now that he's going to minor league? You know what I mean? He's got to keep that wave running. So like again, if you have tags. It could either get crazy because if he keeps doing what he's doing on that minor league team, like this is going to skyrocket. This is going to be just like insane for the market. You know what I mean?
But next, what would we say? 2 months? Base refractor PSA 10 is $100 right now. Wait. So base refractor in a PSA like gemmed out is $100.
Yeah, that sounds completely accurate.
There we go. Let's do it.
So again, with the 15 caser in the shop and the Royals being live.
Royals are out there. 450 autos in that. And guys, a reminder, if you do take a spot down in this 15 caser, 11 spots left, I'll spin the slab or no slab wheel. If you take a spot over $1,000, we'll run that wheel twice in that 15 caser. Bernie, good morning. Bernie, we got that Skenes, right? Just making sure you got that Skenes, good sir. But a good morning to you. Raw, I thought it was going to be more, honestly, because I saw the same thing Jay Sauce. Raw refractor is going for like 50 right now. I think these next 2 months are going to be pretty big in terms of the Jac Caglianone, card market. Now, I'll just say this, don't sell it. Don't sell it either way. I don't know if he's going to get called up right away. I don't know if the Royals want to slow play it. Either way, don't forget what you saw in spring, is what I would say, because that last home run he hit was against Tyler McGill, I want to say. He's like a real MLB pitcher. No minor league crap right there. His debut patch is going to go hard. Ledoux is right about that.
Yeah, Ledoux. That is a good call, actually.
While we're talking about comps and the like, wanted to do our daily update here because I started wavering yesterday, and maybe the bidders heard me. Maybe the people who were bidding it up said, not so fast, Joshy boy. Because, we had our first movement in about a week on the Paul Skenes Debut Patch. It went up $100,000 yesterday, Big Dog. $650,000. I'm going to zoom in here. How much time does it say is left? That 2 days? Oh, hello. No, I don't need help.
Should be 2 days. March 20th.
I believe 2 days. Oh, man. Yeah, 2 days and 12 hours. 2 days and 12 hours on that debut patch. $650,000 is where we're at now for the Paul Skenes Debut Patch. I said yesterday, I flip-flopped, and I said it doesn't crack 1 million. Big Dog?
Dude, this 2 hour, in 2 days, 11 hours and 30 minutes.
A lot can happen.
This is going to get crazy. I am calling it right now. The last 30 minutes of this is cracking 1 million. No doubt. I'm putting it out there right now. It's cracking 1 million. Again, this happens. Why would anybody bid it up right now? All the big dogs are just playing a game of chess right now. They're all seeing who's going to make the first move. That first move is not going to come until the last 30 minutes. And there's probably, again, I don't know who they are, but there's probably 7 to 10 big dogs out there in the world ready to go at this. And
You're one of them.
Yeah, I'm one of them. In the last 30 minutes, somebody's bidding that up, I bet, to 750, and then it's hitting like the next bid, like they're just gonna go at it. The last 5, I don't know, is it sudden death or is it like how our auctions work, where if you bid with a second, it goes back up? Like
that's a good question.
I didn't know the actual terms
extended
of that.
Time, yeah. I think so. Extended bidding.
Yeah. So again, if it wasn't that, everybody would just wait until the last second.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like with the extended bidding thing, it is going to get crazy. You know what I mean? It is going to get fun. I'm going to be watching that like a hawk. It's going to be a good one. It's cracking 1 million.
2 days and 12 hours means, so 2 days from now would be Thursday. So it would be what, 10 p.m.?
So
10 p.m. on Thursday night? Is that what it's saying? Yeah. 2 days and 12 hours. I believe that's
exactly.
what that means.
Yeah.
10
around
p.m.
there. Yeah. But it's, again, with the extended time and it being 15-minute extended time, that could go for potentially couple that could
Dude,
roll for a little bit.
Here's your Thursday night. You got two screens to watch March Madness, and on your laptop, you're just hitting refresh on the Fanatics Collect website, seeing the Paul Skenes debut patch climb and climb. I absolutely love it, man.
I'm gonna say it goes for around 1.5, like
1.5,
1.4.
I don't
at the
think
lowest.
it's.
Dude,
Dude, that's
I
so
think
stupid.
at the end, like, I think people are gonna get eager. I think people are gonna want it and just be battling for it.
Does someone else know this? I can't see. Like, I have it on the
Be
screen a
careful
little
here
far
before we
from
end
me.
up bidding 700,000.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't think, you know what? If Mike got this card for 700,000, you wouldn't be that mad. I don't think you'd be mad at all. Does it say on here the
It's
minimum?
got to be like 50,000 at this point. Like,
That's a great point, Maverick. What's up, Godzilla? Good morning. If anyone knows for certain what the minimum bid increase is,
what happens if we click bid now?
in case? All right, let's click it. Come on. You want to use your Fanatics, Big Dawg? who wants the? Hey, just for fun, why don't you put your username and password in the chat? No, it's a joke. It's a joke. Biden throw it in his swamp thing. Yeah, right, Slab. All right.
The pirate spot is gonna be one day. The pirate spot is gonna be like $1 million, and everybody's gonna be like,
hey, yo, Golden Gators is way ahead of you. Already working on it. While we're on the topic of repacks, just a quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen. Fanatics Instant Rips repack. We're debuting it tonight right here at Suncoast Sports, 6:45 Eastern Time. Let me know if you guys have any questions on Instant Rips as well. I can answer those for you, most likely. But Instant Rips Fanatics repack, it's going to be all online. We're going to get our chance to see it. $250 is the cost of the repack. Floor of $90, ceiling of $3,900. Anyone tonight who buys a Instant Rips repack, we will get an entry in for autographed baseball bat. Jason Dominguez inscribed The Martian. And I know when you buy these, appreciate that, Slab X Breaks. It wasn't my typical style of crazy memes and all that. This was hard facts, Slab. Just next fact, next information, but I appreciate that, Slab. Thank you. But look, they're in series of 10. So when you buy like Odyssey, that's what they're calling it, the first installment of baseball, the repack, they're in series of 10. So if we only get through one series tonight, you have a 10% chance at winning a Jason Dominguez autographed baseball bat plus whatever card you get from Instant Rips. So that should be exciting. And another reminder, guys, we do have the Slab or No Slab wheel spin ready to roll at 10 a.m. with a trivia question, but also 11 spots away in a 15 case of Bowman Draft Jumbo. If you take down a spot in that break, I will give you a Goblin Scram. Come on now, Can. Come on, I'm trying to do a show here, Can.
Can, like we said, you got to play the game, Can. You got to play the game.
Oh, my goodness. But yeah, if you want no goblins, if you don't want any of that, hop on into our 15-case break here. I'll give you a spin of the wheel. If the spot is over $1,000, I'll give you 2 spins of that Slab or No Slab wheel. We got a Tom Glavine rookie mint 9 on that wheel today. But nonetheless, yeah, that was kind of my Tokyo reaction, a little Caglianone news, and a Paul Skenes check-in. The Paul Skenes check-in we're doing every single morning, no doubt. Chandi, what's going on, Chandi? Bringing the Bryant Bulldog love this morning. That's the name of the game, Can. Me too. We're not so different after all. I do want to get into March Madness in a second, but watching this Tokyo games here, Big Dawg, I think Japan might be my #1 country that I would want to visit now.
That's been on my list. Like, I don't know if it's on the record anywhere, but Japan has been my #1. Like, that's the country I would want to go to.
Japan's your #1?
#1, yeah.
What do we got here in the chat? Yeah, Chani's saying Japan is electric.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
I'm dying to go on YouTube. I end up watching some videos, and I just want to eat
the
sushi.
vending machines.
I want to go to vending machines.
The cherry blossoms.
It just looks awesome.
Yeah,
now,
look, Japan looks amazing. That's #1 where I want to get, like, would want to
my
travel
one
to.
problem is I feel like people who are like good. I feel like people in Japan are like better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like they just seem all clean and they seem nice, and I'm not really those things. So I'm a little nervous of, no, and Johnny, I know. Like, that's the one thing. So I feel like I'd just be walking around being like, I'm sorry I'm here. You know what I mean?
Dude, imagine me walking around Japan. Like,
you're Big Dawg. You're Big Dawg.
Dude, you and me walking around Japan, like, I think we would feel like that. Like, I'm sorry we're here, guys.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, you guys would never go on the Hard Rock Sportsbook
like, I feel like I might
know?
ask for, like, shrimp tempura sushi. Like,
and they'd be like, what an idiot.
Yeah, like, what an idiot. Like, I feel like it would be, like, disrespectful. Like,
Yeah, Chani, so you've been there. Can you show us the way? And I've only heard wonderful things about Japan
Only
as well.
good things. The fluffy pancakes. Have you ever seen like the Japanese
I've
fluffy
seen the
pancakes?
fluffy pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really want to go to Japan. I just feel like a person like me with my little mustache and my gambling habits, and I'm very loud.
Are we too degenerate to be in Japan?
I feel like a little bit.
Unless we're at a baseball game, is that like
Well,
the
that's
one?
on
Is
my
that like
bucket
where the
list.
barriers break in Japan? Like that's where they kind of get to go rowdy. It's like at the.
Have you
games,
seen how they serve you beer at Japan?
No.
Oh my gosh, I should have pulled a video about this. They have a woman come around. Apparently, they're like all super nice. You know, it's not like America. They're like beer. They got these nice Japanese ladies, and they have a beer backpack. So you don't get cans of beer. That's always on draft.
Nice.
And they give you a cup, and they spray it out of a backpack, and it's like $6. It's pretty affordable compared to the American prices. But yeah, man, if you do not go during Japanese cherry tree bloom, you haven't lived life.
Yeah, that's what I've also heard.
So that's gonna be my number one country, I think, now that I gotta visit next. Let me know, if you guys have been to Japan, give me some tips, give me some pointers. I don't know how to get there. But also, what's the number one country here? Also, your worst country you've ever been to. I would love to hear it, They keep it PC, but if anyone's like, man, I went to Spain and I just had the paella. It wasn't good.
Dude, I went on a cruise and one of the stops was Freeport, Bahamas, and I got dropped off in like a shipping zone, like in the middle of nowhere. I was like, "What is this?" It was like industrial.
Wait, what do you mean? Like
the cruise port of Freeport? If anybody's ever been dropped off at the cruise port of the Freeport, Bahamas, there's like. It's literally just industrial with shipping containers everywhere, and then there's a Senor Frogs just like smacked in the middle.
Awesome. That's actually perfect. Roscoe says Australia at no point, but he does say that he's talking from a Kiwi. I will tell you what, Roscoe, Australia seems cool, but I am
I like Australia.
I'm a full-blown, trying to come up with a PC word. I'll call myself a wimp, I guess would be my PC word I would use. All those like, the jellyfish, like I'm scared to take a walk in Florida because alligators sometimes.
I wonder
all the animals in Australia scare me. And then we got one teacher went to a Diamondbacks game a couple years ago. They had vendors serving margaritas from a backpack. Hello.
We'll take that.
I might have to make my way. Ken says Mexico hands down. I've only been to a resort in Mexico, so I don't really count that. You know what I mean? You have to have 30,000 in your account to even try to bid on a premier auction. By the way. All right, so I'm not allowed to bid on a premier auction. What else we got? A lot of us can't even try to bid on the Skenes. Not you though, Jay Sauce. I know you're a big dog over here. Ken says I'd love to visit Iceland and Greenland. Yeah, see, Iceland is cool. It's not for me. Too much of a degen. I wouldn't be able to appreciate it. There's not enough food. Too much nature. I wouldn't appreciate it. Like, it looks beautiful, but it's wasted on me. And then let's see here. Good morning. There's one more.
I always think China would be cool too. China has a cool culture, the food.
I'd be scared of Chinese food. Oh, and Loden says France is terrible. My mom was just in France. Spain is killer. Little Barcelona. I went to Barcelona last year. Spain, fantastic, man. Enjoyed it. Went to a Barcelona game, however.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Interesting.
Horrible.
See, I'm not too. I would love. I have not been to Europe. I would still love to go to Europe, but that is not what's first on my list of where I'd want to go. Like,
yeah.
It's just too cliche for me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to Italy to take pictures or to like. London, if I went to Europe, I mean, London is where I'd want to go. I think
I've been to London twice. I love London.
Dude, I think London sounds sweet.
But dude, I went to the FC Barcelona game, and I was like, man, it's going to be great. This is one of the best clubs of all time. Everyone there was like me.
Yeah,
just a bunch of tourists.
Yeah, just a bunch of
tourists.
Just a bunch
of tourists. They won 1-0 on an own goal. The crowd wasn't lit. They're not
like shooting flares off.
Dude,
like,
you're not allowed to buy alcohol in the stadium. Because of ultra fans and stuff
and
like
they go
that.
just insane. Like they get too drunk and go crazy.
So they don't let you buy alcohol in the stadium. Fun fact for you. I mean, I want to do a little international talk because this Japanese game had me thinking.
South Africa, Elliot is mentioning like something like that. Like I feel like
I would never thought about that. Yeah.
I would love to go to South Africa again. Just the culture there and the life is just so different. Like something like that to experience, I think is interesting. So
and Roscoe, I hear you on that. It is big. You gotta spend your time getting from place to place. My one thing to close out the international conversation. The thing about London,
we're flying back.
It's really it's so similar to America. Like after the initial like this is so cool. Like everything's a little British. Everything's a little different. When you really zoom out, you're like, yeah, it's pretty much just America with a slightly different font at the end of the day. They speak English, B-Love. But anyways, enough about different countries, although it was a little fun. I could do that all day. 10 a.m. Come on now, baby. I'm running late. I'm running late. We got to get a trivia question up, ladies. Come on, Cannon. Come on, Jan. I owe you an apology. We're going to stick with the March Madness theme today. So our question today should be a pretty easy one, although yesterday I thought that was easy as well. And we had a sabotage in the chat. It's what is it? What is it? Last of Us? Is that what people say? Imposter?
Oh, we had an imposter in the chat?
No, someone was so confidently saying the wrong answer, and it swayed everyone.
Yeah, we do it. I would say that's an imposter.
Which coach has the most wins in men's Division I history? So there you go. Has the most wins in men's D1 basketball. Come on, I'm struggling here. Typing too fast for my own good. All right, here we go. We got my guy, Herb McGee. The pride of Philly right there. If you know, you know. Coach K. Come on. Live TV. Bob Huggins, good old Huggy Bear, getting the DUI in West Virginia. And Jim Boeheim. That's what we're looking at today. All right. Good luck. I tried to make it easy for y'all. All right, you're welcome. I tried to make it easy because we didn't get this one right. Mike Wazowski. There we go. We're going to be getting this one nice and easy today because, come on now. I want to see some slabs going off the board. Let's go. This is looking good. Without further ado, Big Dog, as we're getting this trivia question, as we're getting ready, it's time to talk brackets, man. And, Big Dog, one thing I always appreciate about you, you never try to be something you're not. You know, you're just Big Dog. I think that's what people love about the dog. As Big Dog comes in, he's like, I haven't watched a ton of March Madness. I'm not totally ready, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna get into this together.
I like it. I've needed this a lot of time to focus on it.
Get the brain going. All right, and of course we got that one easily.
What do we got playing here? What kind of? Curious of where this video goes.
So this isn't a video. This is a picture. This was yesterday, and I want to give you kind of the Cliff Notes version of this. Slab or no slab, wheel spin. They call it multitasking over here. All right, that is up. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys getting this one. So, look, for those who was not aware, was that the question? How did 18% not vote Coach K? Yeah, I don't know. What's up, Rack? Good morning. So, for those who are not aware, the one big... wait, Ken, what are you confused about? What are you confused? Dingo, good morning, sir. Good morning.
What's up, Dingo?
Dingo, want to let you know, I don't know if you've spun the slab or no slab wheel before. If you're interested, 11 spots left in our 15K-ser. If you take down a spot in this 15K-ser, you will get a spin at that slab or no slab wheel. If you take down a spot over $1,000, 2 spins at the slab or no slab wheel. So a chance to win Ellie De La Cruz, mint 9 to 99. And what else we got on there? Oh, Tom Glavine rookie card from 1988. Mint 9 on there as well if you're interested at those things. But moving right along here with the college basketball. If you have missed it, the big controversy, Milo knows, Herb McGee's an absolute legend. No one want to spin. No one want to spin yet. We got the trivia question right. Now we do this giveaway. Once we collectively get the trivia question correct, then we go from there, and we will have one of you randomly picked to get a spin at the slab or no slab wheel. Sorry, Can. And comment matches his name, by the way. West Virginia. Let me collect my thoughts here. West Virginia was allegedly the team that was snubbed the most out of March Madness. Every year there's the one team people complain about, they should have gotten in over that team. This year it was West Virginia. So on Monday, yesterday, the governor of West Virginia, Patrick Morrisey.
Oh, is he doing a Ron DeSantis here?
Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. Ron DeSantis, friend of the show, by the way, Ron DeSantis, said that the state's attorney general is launching an investigation into the NCAA tournament selection process after the West Virginia Mountaineers were left out of the 68-team men's bracket unveiled Sunday. Quote, "This is a miscarriage of justice and robbery at the highest level." I feel like any quote from a politician should be read like Nixon.
Yeah.
"This is a miscarriage of justice and robbery at the highest level," Morrissey said. Look at what he showed up to the podium as he talked. National Corrupt Athletic... let me scroll to the right. National Corrupt Athletic Association.
That's like the guy who did the thing... The guy in college, I forget, was it Bosworth that did like national something? Like he wrote on his shirt something where NCAA and got in trouble for it. Like
the
that's
Boz.
Like, yeah, or
Brian,
Bosworth. Was
Brian
it Bosworth?
I think so. The Boz.
I can't think of exactly what I'm trying to say, but
I know
somebody in the chat will know
about.
I don't know if it was like an XFL thing or like an OG. I'll find it later and bring it up, but that reminds me of that then.
National Goblet Athletic Association. The NCAA can is running it. Someone said it. This is the first thing I thought, Milo. Yeah, good use of our tax dollars. I think this is stupid. I really do think this is stupid, okay? Because I know there might be a lot of you who, and I mean this in no disrespect, we as grown-ups here, there's only so much sports we can pay attention to. I know a lot of us in the chat, it's baseball and the NFL, right? Which, nothing wrong with that. If you're a fool like me, a lot of my energy actually goes into college basketball. Do people who are West Virginia fans have a case to make for, being left out? Yeah, they do. They do.
Should have won more games.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You should have won more games. First of all, ridiculous use of taxpayer dollars. Hey, $12,000, baby. 12,000 followers.
Oh, yeah, we are
Let's
there.
go.
12,000,
Let's
baby.
go. Appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. 12,000 followers. Come on. High five, Big Dawg. Bang. All right.
Bing bong.
First things first. Look, this is, I'm not trying to call out anyone in West Virginia. This is just statistics. The literacy rate in West Virginia can use some work. The potable water in West Virginia can use some work. The economy in West Virginia can use some work. Why are we doing this here?
Dude, what is the other guy doing, too?
I don't know. Just the crony in the back. They can. That's my point. That's my point. And I appreciate, you know what he's doing? This guy's earning votes. Because if you live in West Virginia, they're a great fan base.
Yeah, no, dude, yeah, 100%.
And if you see this, you're going to say, I don't know much about policy, but our governor had the Mountaineers back last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, don't get me wrong, it would work on me.
Dude, because if you're
would work on me.
If you're living in that town, West Virginia University runs, it's like Gainesville in Florida, Florida State down here, you know what I mean? Like, Morgantown is run by West Virginia. Dude, that's insane. What kind
Bernie, that's pretty funny. Oh God, I'm not repeating that. That's actually pretty funny. Let me take you deep into this as well, because look, I get it. West Virginia's resume. When you look at their resume as a whole, for those who might be new, it's a good resume, right? They beat Kansas and Kansas. They beat Arizona. They beat Iowa State, right? They beat some very good teams. However, all of those games happened early in the season.
Yeah, and who did they lose to? And what?
This is their last 15 games to close out the season, West Virginia. They went 6-9 to close out the season.
Yeah, dude, how about you close out the season with a winning record?
Right. They lost in those games. They lost to Colorado by 7, not a tournament team. Baylor, who barely squeaked in. They lost to BYU by 20. They lost to Texas Tech by 20. They lost to TCU, Arizona State, and Kansas State by 13. So not only are they losing, they're losing to non-tourney teams, and the tourney teams they do play, they lost by a lot. On the other hand, their wins, bad. They beat Utah twice. Utah fired their head coach. They lost to Cincinnati. They beat Cincinnati twice. They're not that good of a team. And they won against TCU and UCF. Those are glorified American Athletic Conference teams that are moonlighting as Big 12 teams. Press conference is sponsored by Kleenex. Yeah, schmuck, that's a good one. I like that. So what I'm hearing is they won a participation trophy.
But Auburn was obviously making it, Maverick.
Auburn went 1-3 to finish, but here we are. Auburn was the best team all year for the most part, and they did lose to desperate SEC teams. But Maverick, I want to talk about Auburn in just a second. Long story short, the West Virginia star player also was out. It's kind of similar to a
Jordan Travis thing.
Situation. Only difference is that I'll give West Virginia some credit for is that he was out most of the season, so it wasn't like, you could take all the credit away. On the other hand, UNC, the resume's not great. Everyone knows the cherry pick stat. 1-12 in quad 1 games, and that's bad. Don't get me wrong. UNC closed the year going 9-3.
Oh, yeah, I know. UNC was crazy to see.
They did win their first 2 ACC tournament games by double digits. They took Duke to the wire. Listen, I don't like UNC. I'm not saying they deserve the game. I just have no patience for this guy. I just like you're a governor. West Virginia has bigger issues. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. I had to bring that in. And also, BLI, honestly, your Hoosiers have a better case, in my opinion, than West Virginia. They still stink, BMI. Honestly, you should be happy they didn't get in. Now you can get rid of Mike Woodson. Can anyone know who the feminine hygiene product's standing? All right, easy, Can. Don't get me in trouble. But West Virginia will not participate in the NIT tournament. That's always my thing.
Why would you, though?
But but that's your only chance to stick it to them.
In the not important tournament?
First of all basketball is good basketball, Big Dog, especially when they put spreads on them.
Dude, I know. No, I'm not a fan. If you
I watched the NIT. I watched the NIT.
I like when you're just an NIT. I like when you play a scene like
teacher.
I like when you're a team that knows you're playing in the NIT and not the tournament, and then you play in the NIT. Like, then you win the NIT. Like, dude, if you don't make the big tournament, like, you're not playing that. Like,
I disagree because I think if you want to prove, if you're that upset about it and you want to prove,
go out there and win it.
Go out there and win the NIT.
But what happens when you... They're scared to put their money where their mouth. What if they lose? You know what I mean? Like, what is it?
Exactly. No, I think that's why they don't do it. It's saying, we're better than this. Florida State did the same thing. None of their players played. They lost by 60 points. Whoever they played in the bowl game that year.
And then everybody now, like, Florida State had lost their reputation because of that. You know what I mean? Like,
so listen, I think West Virginia will be good next year. It's not going to be an exact situation as Florida State. It just always bothers me, and I know for some people, people are really being loud about this. I'm telling you the real story. It is not as bad as some West Virginia folks are going to make it out to be. Teams used to do that when they stuck together with transfers of players and coaches. Don't care. But Maverick, and look, I'm not going to disagree with you, and it's probably a bigger issue than you can do anything with. But why don't you be that, agent of change then and kind of say, because like West Virginia is an example. This entire team, not the entire team, but the coach and the star player, father, son, Tucker DeVries is the star player at West Virginia. They both played for Drake last year. They moved over here to West Virginia this year, have a fantastic season. No, I know, Maverick. No, I know. I think you're correct as well. How much time we got here? A little over 5 minutes left on that slab or no slab giveaway. Tonight, there's a party on the rooftop top of the world.
We got the play-in games, right? Is that what you're referring to?
The unofficial start. No. I guess the start of March Madness.
The start, yeah.
This is the start of March Madness tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And, why not talk about it just a tad before we dive into the entire bracket again today? Tonight, we got 2 games. First, can I change subject for a minute to get your thoughts on something? Go ahead, Can. I'll never turn it down. But I do want to throw out some first 4 thoughts. But we can bounce back and forth. First game tonight, I will be there. BD! You're going to be in Dayton tonight? Dude, that is awesome. That's a bucket list for me. I've heard UD Arena is like, if you're a real college hoops fan, you should. Oh, that's awesome, BD. Yeah, I've heard great stuff about UD Arena, and I've seen tickets are not that bad. They're like $70 for 2 games. I think they'll be pretty good games, BD. Are you going to wager on it? Because I am going to have a wager tonight on Alabama State.
Alabama State.
Yeah, baby. Battle of 16 seeds tonight. Let's go, BD. St. Francis, Pennsylvania against Alabama State. This is the real hard-hitting stuff. First game tonight. I'm taking Alabama State -4. I'll give you my reason. Alabama State's coach, Tony Madlock. His son, TJ Madlock, is on the team. He's the team's leading rebounder, their 3rd leading scorer, a starter. You give me a father and son in March Madness.
Ride it.
I'm going to eat that up, and I'm going to ride it. And also St. Francis, Pennsylvania, in their conference tournament, the Northeast Conference. Here are their results. They beat Wagner 58-55. They beat Long Island University 71-68 on a fouled 3-point shot as time expires after being down 20 at half. The final score of their final conference tournament, 46-43. So give me Alabama State tonight on this one. All right, what do we got? Ken, your thoughts on jersey number matched card actually being a premium, and if you think they should go for a premium over other numbered cards. All right, Ken, this is actually a really good question.
There we go. I wasn't expecting that, actually.
I'll talk about this for sure.
I thought it was going to be something giveaway related.
I absolutely... Now, and Ken, don't get me wrong. If I know we haven't been friends for a while on here, Ken. I know you're relatively new to the program. I think I've garnered a reputation for generally being a curmudgeon, if you will, when it comes to certain things. That is one of those things I am not. I actually am a big fan of number match, but it has to be specific players.
Yeah, like
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, for sure. The 7 getting the 17.
Yeah.
I think like Ellie getting the 44 is a good one.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah, getting the 99.
Bobby Witt getting a 2.
Yeah.
If it's, I don't know, I'm trying to think of someone who's like decent. Chase Burns. Yeah, that's not nothing.
That's cool, yeah.
Maybe not as much right now, Ken. I would say that because guys change numbers before they play in the big leagues. That's the one thing I would have a little bit of pause on. Is number match on Chase Burns right now. It's cool right now, but I don't know if it's totally worth a premium.
Yeah.
Because they're in the minor leagues, you see guys change numbers all the time. If it's a guy like Derek Jeter is the ultimate, if you get I've said it's one of the few cards that might be better if it's 2 to 5 than a 1 of 1 almost. I don't really mean that. A 1 of 1 for Jeter would be the best, but a guy like Derek Jeter, like a number 2, Derek Jeter, having that number match is a lot like for me. Like I wore number 10 playing sports because of Chipper Jones. So if I got a Chipper Jones number match, I'd pay more for a 10, 10, especially compared to a 5 of 25. I believe he wears 81 now and wearing 94 on the newest sets. Yeah, Can.
It's tough because in the past year, Paul Skenes on the cards that they released in the products.
Great point.
He's wearing number 60. He's wearing number 23. He wears number 30 in some of the pictures. There's definitely depends on the product there too. Depends on the player, I think, overall.
Good question, teacher. So you think the number match serial jersey card should have a nicer patch than others? I don't on that one. I'm a big believer in just the lower the numbered card, the better the patch. I'm always pissed when I see a card to 5 and it's a napkin. Jersey match or not. But if it's a card to 150 and let's say, it's 2 of 150 and it's a number match, I'm not going to expect it to be better. But I would say, anything 25 and below, you need to really start spicing that patch up.
Yeah.
You can't be giving me a napkin, anything 25 and below especially. But, Ken, that's actually a great question. I'm trying to think, if your guy wears number 81, I don't think the number match means all that much. Anthony Santander, what number did he wear last year? Something like the 70s, I want to say.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
That doesn't.
I'm not going to be like, Anthony Santander number match, know?
You might point it out, but it doesn't make it a premium.
Right. If you're breaking, you'll point it out because you need something to say when you're on air for 10 hours. But when you're doing an eBay listing, you're buying, I'm not going to be like, I got to get Anthony Santander's number match.
Premium, yeah. So
what about color match? Actually, I love color matched refractors. Refractors in general.
Again, it depends because if we're talking Travis Bazzana, if you hit let's talk Caglianone, you hit the true blue color match on the Caglianone,
I love it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a premium right now, but that's because it's Cags and it's literally the true blue. So
right, having said that, I would not pay more for I don't know. I'm thinking. Say Jacob Wilson, right, to 99. If it's Jacob Wilson to 99 and it's a green match on 99,
right.
I'm not going to pay more for the color match than I would an orange to 25.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The orange is still going to be better. Yep.
You all see the blue and I would see green. Here we go. We got a giveaway running here. Let's see it. Good luck.
Come on, Can.
Gerbs. Come on, Can.
Oh,
what do we got?
Right over
Decal with this. Not a goblin right here. Not a goblin or a bot whatsoever.
Deserving winner.
Always in the chat. Big LSU fan right here. Let's go. I believe this is the decal I'm thinking of. Congratulations, decal. Let's go. And I do want to remind everyone who is in here tonight, 6:45 Eastern. We will be running instant rips. Fanatics' new exclusive repack. You are not going to want to miss that. Any purchase on Fanatics Instant Rips tonight will put you in an entry right here. Jason Dominguez, autographed bat inscribed The Martian. And guys, we do have a break live right now. Let's get this first randomization. Let's go, Schmuck Duck Nose, 125 or 50, baby. Let's run it. Come on, Cowell. Let's hit a Skenes. Or let's just hit a big slab.
DC.
Number 2, Derek Jeter.
We've been just talking
This patch has been on here forever. This is actually a nasty patch here, decal. Give it to me. I know. Ooh. This is what I'm talking about. You give me anything below 25, we need a... Dude, this is a hot patch. Take a look, Cowell. Look at that thing.
Oh.
Tricolor patch right there. There we go. Bam. Gray and 25 on the patch. Now we're talking. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it's a nice, it's a 4-color patch right there. Congratulations to you, decal. Who does number 2 work for? Wait, BD, what are you talking about? I don't get it. I don't understand. One of the few times I would not want a name match here unless I rename myself to B-Lev1. I don't understand that one, B-Lev. Austin Powers. That's on me. That's on me, BD. I've been missing a lot of Austin Powers references lately. I've only seen it once. But quick reminder here, everyone, while I got this list up, we do have a 15 case of Bowman Draft Jumbo on the table, ladies and gentlemen. 11 spots to go. Any purchase in that break, as long as the show is on the air right now, we will give you a spin at the slab or no slab wheel. And if you purchase anything above $1,000, we'll give you 2 spins at that slab or no slab wheel. I'll show you the highlights here. Ellie, Topps Finest Arrivals to 99, mint 9. Hello. And this one's also, I saw the last sold was over $100. Tom Glavine rookie card, mint 9. That's low-key vintage right there. There you go. If anyone wants to take it down, make my day, we'll stop the show and get that thing rocking and rolling. But nonetheless, we'll run that back at 10:45. No strings attached, no trivia, even though today was a little bit of a freebie. But yeah, nonetheless, still searching for my spot in the soon-to-be-filled player break. Oh, good Lord. Mike Monday! Guess what day it is?
The good news is, Ken, you stay with us while we're breaking giveaways all day, Ken.
There we go, man. There we go. Giveaways all day. I know a lot of people like to hear that.
Ken, we'll run it back until you get one.
Other game tonight, it's North Carolina, San Diego State. I do not have an official pick on that one.
Is North Carolina underdogs?
North Carolina's decent favorites tonight. They're minus 4.5. I can't pick this game. They're both weird teams. I'm gonna enjoy it. I do think whatever team comes out of this game will have a puncher's chance in their first round. But either way, I'm not gonna have a pick on that one. It's funny when my pick comes on the 16 seed game. But
yeah.
Let's go, man. March Madness unofficially begins tonight. And I did want to just kind of get into March Madness here. 28 spots left. My cat said will be mine. Come on, Can. Hop on in. I want to get a poll out here for this March Madness fans out here. We're going to put, let's go 4 minutes on this. I'll text how shooting warm-ups are going. BD, please do. Nah, BD, because I already know it's first half unders. Everyone knows the rules. First half unders in March. Who are we taking? Who are we taking in March Madness to win it all? Because I keep hearing the same teams.
Yeah, so I know we kind of deep dived on this yesterday. And Chad, maybe you can let me know. I was saying this. The fan favorite, like America's sweetheart, I would say, is St. John's.
Okay.
I have heard so much St. John's. Everybody loves St. John's. Everybody's rooting for St. John's. I think a lot of people in the world would be happy to see that go down. I've also heard a lot of Florida.
I've heard a ton of Florida.
Being down here in Florida, having a lot of friends who are diehard UF fans, I feel like Florida is one of those teams where watch how this story goes. You know what I mean? Like, they've had their magical season. I do not anticipate Florida. Like, they are a powerhouse, but I could see a heartbreaking upset occurring to the University of Florida. I can see something dramatic happening to UF. Like, because that's what happens. Like, UF was good in football a couple years ago, and that guy literally took the guy's shoe off and threw a shoe across the field, which ended up like resulting in losing that game. If like you're familiar with that, I don't remember like how long ago that season was, but I'm not big on UF. Duke obviously is being thrown around, but I'm gonna run with St. John's. Like, I'm gonna go with what everybody else wants. I like St. John's, but again, if I have to pick a sleeper team, I'll have to look deeper dive into it. But I like what Patino's got going on there. So
dude, first of all, I feel like everyone just wants to root for Patino.
I think that's it too.
It's a great comeback story. The guy,
I love Gonzaga.
Gonzaga is a real
but they just
sleeper.
never close. They can't close no matter what. They couldn't close with Drew Timme, and he was like the best player in college basketball. They're not going to be able to close this year, and I don't even know who their best player is.
Their best player is Caleb Battle, former Temple Owl. Got to interview him a couple times, actually. Fun fact, little flux right there. Let me get this up here as well. Get the bracket up, and we can kind of look at it. I got to find a better bracket for our show. By the way, D-Cal, did you see what you win? Did you see what you won? All right, by the way, if you're going other, please give it to me in the chat who you were taking when you say other. I see others actually leading this, to my surprise. I know Michigan State's going to be popular. Let's see, Maverick, they're an 8 seed now. They made their name making runs as low seeds. It's Maverick, I was thinking the same thing about Gonzaga. They got put in a very tough draw here. So I believe bottom right is Gonzaga, yeah. So Gonzaga, I'm with you. Gonzaga is going to be I think they're a shoo-in to beat Georgia.
Dude, give me Robert Morris, man.
Get the heck out of here. Dude. Get the hell out of here.
Dude, I couldn't believe Robert Morris made it. There they are playing Alabama.
Robert Morris, yeah.
Small Pittsburgh school. I don't even know how they're in, how they weaseled
so Robert Morris, they were picked... you seen it, though? There we go, Decal.
They won the Horizon or something?
They won the Horizon. They were picked last to start the season. I mean, how can you not love a rags to riches story? Whenever there's a team that's picked last to win a conference and they run the table, just don't tell them what they can't do. You know, that's all I'll say. But I'm very curious to see the results of this. Right now, we have 40% picking Duke and 40% picking other. Wow, let me know what we're taking if we're taking other.
Who was the 15 or 16 or 14 seed that went on the run last year? Was it Oakland with that guy that was able to shoot threes?
Yeah, Oakland went on a run last year with Jack Golke. He's now in the G League. We had NC State go on the run with the big fella, DJ Burns.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
They went to the Final Four.
They were what, a 12 seed or 11 seed or something like that?
12 seed or 11 seed. Yeah. A few years ago, it was St. Peter's University.
When St. Peter's was running it. Princeton a couple years ago, I think.
Princeton did. I'm not sure.
I thought Princeton
Yale. Maybe it was
Yale. One of the.
Loudoun's got Clemson winning the Midwest. Jeez, old Pete. All right, so we can dive a little bit deeper into this. So here's the deal, guys. I'm just gonna let you know right now. Me and Connie are on here tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be 90 minutes of March Madness.
I'm watching that. Yeah.
We're going to go probably game by game against the spread. Like, it's going to be 90 minutes of March Madness. For some of you, you like that. For others, take the show off. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's not what you want to see. Connie and I are talking March Madness all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
But today, we're kind of like looking at it from a broad perspective. Now, I asked Kreger this yesterday, and we had some different answers. But Big Dawg, I know when we're filling out these brackets, Shawnee's been saying that Bryant's his pick for the biggest upset. What do you think could be the biggest upset here in the first round? All right, final results, by the way. Duke, 48.5% takedown. That's crazy, by the way. That is crazy. Like, they're really good. Don't get me wrong. They're very good. But half the people who vote on the poll, and I think we actually had a good amount of people vote on that poll, all of them taking Duke. Based on that alone, I can't take Duke. You know what I mean? It limits your chances of winning the pool.
Yeah. Because there's going to be so many people with. So that's a good point. When I make my strategy, like you have to go. I really feel like you have to shoot a shot. Like
I'm with you.
Because if you pick Duke, you're in a pool with 100 people, 30 other people are gonna have Duke too, and you gotta hope that you picked a couple more games in the first round correct than the person next to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, dude, who has the most potential to be upset?
Yeah,
I don't know.
The biggest upset you could see happening. Biggest upset you could say is possible. I said I'm not going to pick it, but I do think it's possible Troy beats Kentucky. I'm not picking
Kentucky always has something.
That's what I'm saying.
But did Kentucky lose to Oakland last year?
That's a good point. Kentucky did lose to Oakland last year, so they're going to come back. You have to hit the one or two big upsets to do well, but not the first round upsets. You have to get those one or two teams that can make a big run.
Yeah, because you get 600 points like towards the end. You know what I mean? Like you get 800 in the final four. Like you have to make.
I'm trying to see here. So I'll tell you this right now: the team that I've picked in every single bracket is UC San Diego.
Dude, Michigan's a shaky team, man.
They won the Big Ten somehow. They went on a run in the Big Ten conference.
Somebody described them as the worst, best team ever, and I guess that's correct.
I like how you're honest. I guess that's correct. I don't know. I just read the headlines at the end of the year. Maryland should have beat them. Yeah, I agree. So here's one of my biggest takes. I saw theories. There's a theory going around online that they accidentally swapped Memphis and Louisville. And like, it's kind of half a joke, half serious, because when you look at the advanced metrics, Louisville really should be a 5 seed and Memphis really should be closer to an 8 seed. And the reason why I don't think this is totally wrong is that Louisville will be playing in their home state. This game would, if they're able to beat Creighton, this game's in Lexington, and their second game against Auburn would be against Lexington. When I start filling out my brackets right now, Big Dawg, I have Louisville beating Auburn in that second round
because of the potential advantage.
In a lot of brackets, because of the home court advantage for Louisville and Lexington. Auburn, I think they're a hell of a team. I do question if they peaked a little too early. And look, is Auburn a better team than Louisville? Absolutely. Louisville's scrappy. Pat Kelsey's got those boys playing. You got a little home court advantage. That's going to be one of my big spicy picks in a lot of my brackets this year is Louisville upsetting Auburn in that second round. But I will say, here's what's dangerous about that, is if Louisville doesn't beat Auburn, I don't know if any of these teams down here can really give Auburn a tough run for their money until the Elite Eight. But that's one of my biggest things that jumped out to me. Big Dawg, anything jump out to you when you first started filling out your bracket? I know you said you haven't filled out your official bracket, but just going up and down these lists here, anything that jumps out to you right away?
No, I think Florida might shut down Norfolk State's basketball program, though, in that first game, and then it might get bad. That's what stood out to me.
Norfolk State, man. They had a great year.
I do think Florida is a powerhouse. I just really do believe something dramatic fashion is going to happen to them, and it's going to be funny to watch. So.
I had Florida all year. Florida was going to be my pick all year. I start filling out my bracket. Any show I watch, any podcast I listen to, any person I talk to, I'm taking Florida. I have to go back to the drawing board. I haven't come to a conclusion on my official champion because it's Florida, but now I can't pick.
Why are you so against everybody saying Duke to win? You know what I mean? Like everybody's saying Duke, which is like a common thing, but like you just said, like, oh, I can't take Duke now because
I can't take Duke now.
Isn't that not the same thing with like?
It is. I can't take Florida now.
That's
I
what I'm
can't
saying.
take Florida now because everyone's taking Florida.
Yeah,
I gotta be
exactly.
different. And I think you're right, especially living here, knowing people who are Florida fans, they will find a way to mess it up somehow. I don't totally disagree with that take.
What do we think about Connecticut being in as an 8 seed and getting kind of to play?
I think they're going to get smacked.
You
by
think
Florida.
so?
Either they lose to Oklahoma.
It doesn't matter about any of like this is the 3-peat year. Like now we're in the playoffs. Like game on. Like the mindset doesn't change. It's not like Dan Hurley's Brady in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And like playoff mode's on. Like
Dan Hurley is. Look,
I'm just putting it out there.
I know, and I've heard people say it. Dan Hurley, I cannot stand him. He's good for the sport because it gives us a villain to root against. But he is going to eat a big ol' humble pie in this round against Florida. Or I think it wouldn't be shocking if Oklahoma beats him outright. I'm not picking UConn to make it past the round of 32.
Dude, is there a Chiefs effect with UConn where like everybody's like, finally, like UConn's not going to do it, and then next thing you know, you're watching them in the Final Four. Like,
the difference is the Chiefs were the 1 or 2 seed. UConn, the Chiefs won.
They were still doing their thing. Yeah,
50 games.
yeah.
UConn looked very vulnerable. Good morning, ZK. Hurts top 3.
Hurts.
There he is.
Top 2.
What's going on? Top 2, top 1. No, easy ZK. I will tell you what, the upset I'm picking in every single bracket is Drake. No doubt about this one. Drake is the team I'm picking in every single bracket. Missouri plays at a breakneck speed. Drake plays at a slow speed. Always will take the slow team in that matchup. I'm not ready for Brandon Graham. That's today, ZK? Oh, man. BG, Eagles legend. I didn't even realize that was today. I got a couple bets, so I don't know how you like to bet March Madness.
Yeah, love to bet
One of the best markets in March Madness, in my opinion. Now, the stinky book down here in Florida doesn't have this. So I had to go to some of the other books and look at their odds as a Pennsylvania resident. One of my favorite futures markets in March Madness is to make the Sweet 16. It's a simpler bet than just Final Four. Positive.
Wow.
I looked near and far.
That is mind-blowing.
So I will give you a couple of my plays to make the Sweet 16. One of the things I think is smart to do is you can actually parlay teams to make the Sweet 16. So what I did is I said, who are the 2 teams that I think are guarantees to make the Sweet 16? Chandi, shield your ears, all right? First things first, I think Tennessee is an absolute lock to make the Sweet 16. Wofford, I'll talk a little bit about them tomorrow. They have one of the better stories in the tournament. I know Con and I will talk about that tomorrow. But for now, Wofford, love you guys. You're not beating Tennessee. I'm sorry. Tennessee will beat Wofford. That should be pretty easy. I have not been impressed with UCLA or Utah State a ton this season. They don't seem dangerous enough. I think Tennessee should have a cakewalk to the Sweet 16. They are minus 330, however, to make it. So it's not like anything crazy. The books agree. Now I will go over to the left side of the bracket. I also think Michigan State has a really good path to the Sweet 16. I'm sorry, Chandi. Should be no problem beating Bryant. From there, you're playing either Marquette or New Mexico. New Mexico has this really good point guard that I think will win over a lot of the hearts. I have seen Bryant play, Chandi. I'm old enough to remember when this show still had 9 viewers on it, and we were talking about random college basketball plays, and you said, Bryant plays tonight. I don't know, pick against them. So I remember this, Chandi. You're just a bandwagon bulldog, as I'll call you here, beating your chest. And I respect it, Chandi. But that's, there you go. I remember you telling me to pick against Bryant early in the season. Nonetheless, should be an easy game for Michigan State. I apologize.
Yeah, that's your next one.
And the way they play defense, the way that Marquette and New Mexico play, I think Michigan State is a shoo-in to make the Sweet 16. You parlay Michigan State and Tennessee together to make the Sweet 16, even odds, bang. Andy is asking who gets upset. Well, I already said Drake is one of my favorite upset picks. I think right here, if you want to go for a long odd, all right, you want to go for a longer odds, UC San Diego to make the Sweet 16 at plus 400. UC San Diego won 30 games this year. Some teams, they just know how to win, big dog. Michigan, they turn the ball over a lot. What does UC San Diego do? They force turnovers. Don't go ahead and put your kids' TAP 529 plan, all right, on UC San Diego. I'm not saying go crazy, but a plus 400 to make the Sweet 16, I think it's definitely worth a sprinkle. I would not be surprised if Yale beats Texas A&M here. Would not be totally surprised.
Yale's good.
Yale's good. Even still, if Texas A&M beats Yale, I think UC San Diego could get in a run. I'm in on UC San Diego as well and get the Sweet 16. My crazy play, plus 700 here. Where are we at? Down here. I'm sorry, Loden.
McNeese.
I'm going McNeese State to beat Clemson in the first round. But I'll take you a step further. I'm going McNeese State to make the Sweet 16. I don't care if they play Purdue. I don't care if they play High Point. Plus 700 odds for McNeese State to make the Sweet 16. They have one of the best coaches in all of college basketball. I'm sorry, John Zombie. ACC is down. Clemson beat Duke. I think you got to be excited about that. But McNeese State has a lot of high major talent with Will Wade. They got hot as the year went on. They ran through their conference. I think a plus 700. McNeese State is great value to go to the Sweet 16. You're caught up in the Vibes Guy Manager. You know it, BMI. For those who don't know, have you seen the team manager for McNeese State? It went viral on Twitter. Hang on now. I know I got this picture here somewhere. Oh, no. Oh, man, I blew it. I left off the rundown. He's signing NIL deals. Oh, man. This is disappointing. Choke job. Damn, I'll have to pull it up for tomorrow. Oh, nope, I got it. This guy. Look at this beast. The first team manager to sign NIL deals.
With Buffalo Wild Wings.
Amir Khan. There's a video I can't play because it's explicit. And but basically, the whole team, he's got a boombox around his chest. And only in America, the hell yeah, right? He's got a boombox around his chest. They're playing some rap song, and the whole team's rapping it with him, and they're like getting all up in his face. He signed 3 NIL deals for March Madness. Bam, Buffalo Wild Wings. Bam, Tick Pick. Bam, Insomnia.
Dude, what a trio of businesses there.
Dude's just a beast. If you're good at your job, it doesn't matter if you're on the court, if you're off the court. If you dominate at your job, the money will come regardless. Yeah, damn right he secured the bag.
Critic. What's up, Critic?
And Critic's absolutely correct. Look, they're both scams.
Oh, Insomnia. I actually believe that Insomnia is better than Crumble.
1,000%. Because you know what? Insomnia, no frills. They just
give me
a damn good cookie. Yeah.
I don't need a birthday cake explosion.
And
you know what I mean?
And Crumble, look, they're fine, but for the price, they're doing too much.
Last crumb, though, that's where we're talking. That's where we know the best cookies are coming from.
What's that? Oh, that's the cookie that Chani sent you?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
That's, again, not really a place where you can get to. You don't have the access to it like you do Crumble cookies and Insomnia cookies. But again, if you want the best cookie, you know where to go.
That's awesome.
Unpaid advertisement.
Maybe Chandi has a little stake in the company or something like that. Chandi, if Bryant beats Michigan State, I will be sending you a little last crumb, all right? That's coming from me. You know how I am about getting anything delivered. But if Bryant beats Michigan State, I won't be shaving the mustache, but I will, you'll send me a box. I was going to send you a box because you earned it, but all right, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that as well. NIL this man, absolutely. Real quick here, what time we got? It's 10:40 already? Golly, man, time flies. I get too excited about March Madness, I tell you what. Gideon's is in Orlando. I haven't had that one. Gideon's?
I'm going to be real with you, Chad. Gideon's, if whatever TikToks you see, whatever videos you see, I've been there. I waited in the hour line. I am not going to stand behind Gideon's. I did not think it was a good cookie.
I don't know what Gideon's is.
It's this crazy reviewed place in Disney Springs. And if you try to go, you will wait an hour. And they it's very interesting how the process goes. But that's the one everybody's saying to go to. That's the one. That's the one where the TikToks are coming in from. That's the one where the YouTube videos are coming in from. That's the one where it's apparently viral. I'm not going to stand behind Gideon's cookies, and that's my hot take.
And I would never ask you to stand behind something you didn't believe in, Big Dog.
But again, if you do want to look at that, it's Gideon's. There is a million TikToks about that place.
All right. Let's get into our 30 shows, 30 teams. Today's edition, the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're talking baseball.
I like this.
And we got 5 minutes till our next slab or no slab cookie. Roscoe says good cookies in Amsterdam. Karen went right over my head, by the way. That's on me. Right over my head. I was going to ask Roscoe, what kind of cookies? Chocolate chip or anything? I think I get it now, unless I'm just looking too much into it. Nonetheless, 30 teams, 30 shows. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Critics says Jordan Lawler breakout year. I don't know. I don't know about Jordan Lawler breakout year. I need to see some more from him. Don't get me wrong. But, all right, star player with the Diamondbacks, fair to say Ketel Marte.
Sure, yeah.
I went back and forth on this one. I want to say Corbin Carroll. I want to say Josh Naylor. But at the end of the day, keep it simple, stupid. Ketel Marte's a stud. He's underrated. I think he's still the star player of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Star pitcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Had a little struggle with this one, but it's Corbin Burns.
I was going to say, that's who I thought you were going to say.
Zach Gallen. I want to give it to Zach Gallen. Anyone have any disagreements on that one? I do think it's Corbin Burns, but if you were to say Zach Gallen, I would not hate it. I think it's pick your poison any given day. Ryan Riviere saying Zach Gallen. Yeah, I had a tough one with this one. But either way, I think it goes to show how great the Diamondbacks did during the offseason. For these Diamondbacks, their manager, Torey Lovello, decent manager, right? That's right. You wanted him to come to San Francisco. I thought he was going to go to San Francisco. This is the video I got for the Diamondbacks. I actually put a little time into this one here because the season was a roller coaster, man. And I felt like, for all things considered, it was a pretty good year. This was Adrian Del Castillo. I remember this game pretty vividly.
This is still a season after, coming off of a World Series appearance.
Right? Yeah, because they beat the Phillies. Oh, my God, it's so ridiculous. Coming off the World Series appearance, they had a lot of great moments this last year, did the Diamondbacks. That was Adrian Del Castillo. This was a game that I remember vividly. I either had money on the Nationals or Kyle Finnegan was my fantasy closer. It's got Ryan Nelson. What are you talking about, Elliot? What about Ryan Nelson? But this was an awesome game. This was a game where I had a late shift producing at my old radio station. I come home, my girlfriend's waiting for me, and I'm just staring at my phone like, oh no. Oh no.
The Nationals money line is falling.
Yeah, they were up 8-2. The Nationals were up 8-2 this game. Diamondbacks came all the way back. Huckleberry Finnegan, as me and my buddies call him, and Corbin Carroll with a walk-off home run, down 6-0, down 8-2. There's our boy, Corbin Carroll with the walk-off home run. All of a sudden, things are looking good for the Diamondbacks. They started off slow. They started clawing their way back in. They go into their last week of the season. They have a chance against the Padres, go into the ninth inning 0-0, and then things start to come unhinged. A.J. Polk gives up a 2-run shot. I don't know who this player is. Lockridge. I don't even know who this is. It was his first career home run. Brandon Lockridge. Another one. Everything came unhinged. You had to win this game, and you were pretty much in the driver's seat to make the playoffs. And then the Mets, the Braves, they split their doubleheader. The Diamondbacks eliminated from the playoffs with one of the better records in the MLB.
Wasn't that kind of awkward towards the end of the season that got them booted out?
Yep. It was a roller coaster season for the Diamondbacks. There was a lot of good moments. There was a lot of adversity they powered through. I think, all things considered, if you were to look at the record, you would have said that must have been a pretty good season. Rye said, cut the head off the snake. And they tried to grow it back, and too little, too late. It was a tough season for the Diamondbacks. You look at some of the numbers, you look at the record, you would have thought, man, good season. Maybe they got back in the wild card. Not quite. They missed out. But listen, if you were to look at Corbin Carroll's stat line from last year and saw you had that winning record, I do think there's a lot of positives for the Diamondbacks, which kind of brings me back to the season. What time is it? 10:44. We got to get this thing going. What should the expectations be for the Diamondbacks? Blaine, good morning, Blaine.
So there's a couple things. One, I don't know what their full expectations are, but I saw an interesting bet that I was actually probably going to blindly place, and it was Diamondbacks to be the last team to lose a game, to be the last team standing, they're 7-0, they don't have a loss yet. They're the first team to not. I don't know how the bet was written.
I know what you're talking about.
And I was like, okay, that sounds interesting.
Undefeated
then there was
team.
a large paragraph that I did not want to read, and so I just kept scrolling, and I was like, we'll revisit that sometime later, and maybe we'll take the Diamondbacks to be the last undefeated team. But I like what critics said with hopefully a Lawler breakout year. I know I've been having to sell the Diamondbacks to the Dew for the past 4 months, so I'm very familiar with everybody that they have on the team, all the potential that they have, the ceilings, the floors, where they have weaknesses, where they have strengths. And again, there is potential for the Diamondbacks. I really feel like a few years ago, before their World Series run, they were a floor, not a good team. I believe they would have been in the bottom, surely the bottom half of a 30 days and 30 shows kind of thing, probably in the high 20s.
No, yeah, 100%.
But again, having Corbin Carroll being able to change that, Jordan Lawler with the potential that he has. I'm not saying I'm expecting a World Series out of them, but with how they performed last year, they made it to the World Series before. I think playoffs should be at least a minimal expectation. You know what I mean?
Playoffs? Sorry, I hit my own soundboard there when you say playoffs. Oh,
Ryan Waldschmidt.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Sauce.
Be pretty shocked to
Wonder
see
where his
him up.
superfractor. I'm wondering where his superfractor might be.
Did anyone hit that yet? I don't know. Do we hit both of those? Nonetheless, I think playoffs absolutely should be in the discussion for the Diamondbacks. Now, the thing is, what needs to happen for the Diamondbacks to make the playoffs? Rye, I think, alluded to it. He said fourth place in the West. Fourth place in the West might still make the playoffs with how strong the NL West is. Dodgers are minus 700 to win the NL West. Diamondbacks are plus 1,000 to win the NL West. And I think the Diamondbacks in a couple, if you put the Diamondbacks in the NL Central, they might be the favorites. Is that fair to say?
Approximately, yeah.
I don't think anyone's really running away with that NL Central as the bottom line.
Worst case, it's not too far of plus odds.
Plus 200 at the worst. Their over-under is 86.5 for their win total this season. This is one that I actually am thinking an over on. If they won 89 games last year, with Corbin Carroll having a pretty crappy year, with Jordan Montgomery being a total disappointment, why would I think they would win less games this year with the addition of, Josh Naylor, with the addition of Corbin Burns? That win total seems a little bit low to me. I don't know if I'm missing something here.
I don't know. Hopefully they don't know something that we don't.
That's what I'm thinking, though. Why is the win total
is
now
that concern? Because
3 games lower when I feel like the team got 1,000% better? I think the team totally got better. I don't know what's up with that. Here's the question for the Diamondbacks, and I don't mean this in the sense that, don't disrespect Josh Naylor, Dinger Tuesday lesson. Maverick knows he had the most home runs on Tuesdays last year for a long point. My buddies and I were big fans of that.
No Dinger Tuesday here in Florida, which is...
You're better off for it. You're better off not having the option. Let me throw this out there. Can the Diamondbacks win the World Series? I'm not saying will they win the World Series. I'm not saying should they be a favorite to win the World Series. But there are a few teams where we look at them and I say, it is impossible for that team to win the World Series. I'll give you a team right now. I think the Detroit Tigers, it is impossible for them to win the World Series. They could be a cute run. They can make the playoffs. I'll say the Kansas City Royals. I don't think it's possible they win the World Series. They could have some good wins. They could maybe win the division. But even if they get in, I don't think there's any way they win the World Series. For the Diamondbacks, I do think it's possible that they can win the World Series. I talked about it a little bit with Jason. We did our offseason winners and losers. The way they have built their pitching rotation, similar shades of the Nationals a few years ago, where you have that unreal top 3 arms in your rotation and a good enough lineup top to bottom to keep it going. I think it's possible the Diamondbacks can win the World Series. Big Dog, I know you were kind of shaking your head, saying, come on.
No, I don't.
No, you're not saying it.
I'm just not going to...
You're not entertaining it. I know. Look, I just think if they get into the dance, they're a dangerous team.
Yeah.
But you're not picking them.
No, and again, I feel like you would know how I would react if I did think that they had potential. I feel like I would try to find my ways to justify it, and it's just like...
shut it down, shut it down.
But I might bet on them to be the last undefeated team.
I like this. Where did you find this? There's no way you can bet that down in Florida.
Dude, you were probably so right. I haven't even looked for it. I saw it on Twitter. I saw it on Twitter, and I haven't even looked for it. I didn't even know you can't parlay Sweet 16 teams.
You can't even bet on Sweet 16 teams here in Florida. I don't want to... Come on. We got to make some changes here. More likely to win MVP off the Diamondbacks. I mean, I'm not saying any of them are going to win MVP, but let's say you go into a coma and you wake up and it's the last day of the season. You're like, yeah, the guy from Arizona won MVP. Who would you be most likely to be? Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, or Josh Naylor?
I would want it to be Corbin Carroll for all the people that have been taking down the Diamondbacks and getting all the Corbin Carroll cards, if I'm being honest. So
I like it.
That's who I'd be pulling for.
I actually think most likely of the 3 as well would be Corbin Carroll. I'm not saying he's going to have the best season, but as far as ceilings go, Corbin Carroll kind of does it all. I could see him being in that possibility. You say no way Josh Naylor wins MVP? All right, easy there, Maverick. Guy had an awesome season. What do you have? 35 home runs or so last season. Great average. Who knows? Put up to 40 this season. I'm just saying. Flip side, pitching wise, wake up from a coma like, that stud from Arizona won the Cy Young. Who are you going to be thinking?
That's a tougher one.
Zac Gallen or Corbin Burns? Who is more likely to win Cy Young?
Immediately when you brought it up earlier, when you were thinking in your head, I was thinking Burns before you said Burns as well. So I'm sticking with that. I'm not going to flip flop on my answer. Corbin Burns.
Yeah,
and then because that would be how great of a trade would that be? You know what I mean? Man. For that to pay off with a Cy Young win,
right away.
Right away.
I think if I were here to win Cy Young, going to the season, I think on paper Corbin Burns is the ace, but I actually might pick Zac Gallen as a Cy Young guy. I just think he's got better all around stuff. I don't know about Corbin Burns. He's got the speed. He might have the strikeouts, but interesting to see. Corbin Burns had 2 different seasons last year. Interesting, and both were good, but in different ways. Interested to see what version of Corbin Burns we see all of this season. I'm wondering if Corbin Burns could slowly turn into more of a Freddie Peralta type of pitcher, and Zac Gallen is just just gets outs, just gets wins kind of pitcher. Now, look, I'm going real nitpicky here. I think both of them are studs, and Corbin Burns, he goes into the season as an ace. But Zac Gallen, I think, is more interesting in terms of Cy Young. And then I think you kind of alluded to this one, Big Dog. Corbin Carroll, I'm going to pull up a stat line from last 3 seasons, I believe. What version of Corbin Carroll are we going to be seeing this season, man? Let's see. Peralta's a completely different pitcher than Burns. But Peralta, you get what I'm saying, though, right, Maverick? Where a guy who will throw strikeouts, Burns doesn't walk 100 guys a game. Yeah, that's true. But, I think of a hard-throwing guy who might give up a couple long balls here and there. And Burns hasn't done that yet. Burns, I feel started pitching a little bit differently in the second half of his tenure in Baltimore. I could be wrong about that, Maverick, but, doing 30 teams, this is my cliff notes on Corbin Burns here. But nonetheless, I was about to say Freddie Peralta. Corbin Carroll here. First one, it's a wash, small sample size. 2 seasons here, man. Very, very different. Look, he's consistent. 155 games, 158 games these 2 seasons. Hits. 30 less hits. Home runs, similar in the home run category, so he still has some pop. There's no doubt about that. Actually had more triples, funny enough, last season. RBI's the same. This, to me, is the big difference.
The walks.
57 walks his rookie year, 73 walks his last season. Kind of makes me wonder, did we and look, I watched the games. The eye test wasn't there with Corbin Carroll. Was he just getting thrown less? You know what I'm saying? When he's a rookie, they're let's see what this kid got. Torches the ball. Last season, Corbin Carroll comes up. People are all right, we got to pitch around Corbin Carroll. You go to OBP, still, big drop. Strikeouts, not that big of a difference. So I'm wondering if there's just a small tweak in the hitting. Because you look at a lot of these numbers, not that different, except for this one. Average. Big difference in average. 285 is Rookie of the Year. 231 last year. Slugging took a big dip as well, but I think it all comes from average.
What's underneath the 0.258? Is that...
What are we looking at here?
The year after.
This is his career. That's his career.
Okay. I was just curious. Yes.
Yeah, so that's Corbin Carroll. The differences between 2 years. What kind of Corbin Carroll are you expecting this season, Big Dog?
Again, I want 2023,
Yeah.
That would be ideal.
That would be ideal. I would, if were a betting man, and I would bet on the 2023 Corbin Carroll. I think we're going to get closer to a 2023 Corbin Carroll. Now, if I were to ask you this, I'm going to give you 4 names of young studs that are especially big in this hobby here. Corbin Carroll, Julio Rodriguez, Jackson Holiday, and Lawrence Butler. How would you rank that 4? J-Rod, Carroll, I'll give you mine. I'd rank them J-Rod 1,
probably
Carroll 2, Lawrence Butler 3, Jackson Holiday 4. Not doing anything crazy here.
I was thinking Lawrence Butler at 2.
Okay.
I think I don't disagree. I'm not wow, your list is completely wrong. I was thinking Lawrence Butler, dude, he just got paid for 6 years. What did he get? 6 years and some millions of dollars, or 7 years, or something.
It's around 10 or 11 million.
That is long term. You know what I mean? There is long term plans with Lawrence Butler that are going to extend into our 30s. You know what I mean?
True.
We might have kids still watching Lawrence Butler.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So again, I like the potential that's there. I've always kind of been on this A train. When they get to Vegas, I think stuff is going to change. I think the market's going to be huge. I think they're going to have to put out a good product onto the baseball field. I think they're going to spend money to make that happen. And I think Lawrence Butler could be a part of something more powerful before J-Rod maybe.
Ooh, damn, dude.
We'll see.
That's a spicy take right there.
That's a very personal take.
So wait,
though.
Are you going Carroll 1, Butler 2?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm still on Carroll.
Carroll 1, Butler 2, J-Rod 3, Holiday 4. That's how you would rank them?
Yeah, Those 4 names are good names.
I find they were very hobby-centric, but also in the scheme of baseball. A guy I talked about a little bit yesterday, so that's kind of going to wrap it up for the Diamondbacks. Oh, my sleeper player for them was Brandon Pfaadt, by the way. I forgot to mention it. Should be their fifth or fourth starter in the rotation. Brandon Pfaadt, young, good pitcher, man. He tore up my Phillies in the playoffs. It pissed me off. So you got to respect them. Bob.
There's the emojis.
There's the emojis. Get your emojis in, BCH.
Giveaway is about to run.
Giveaway about to run in. What do we got here?
Probably right now.
3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes. Spencer Strider yesterday.
Yep.
He's back. We talked about him yesterday. I think some of us forgot how good this guy was. Look, he tore up the Red Sox in spring training yesterday. And these are just his
love the hats too, by the way.
5 or 6 strikeouts. He had the St. Patty's Day hats. Forget how many strikeouts it was. These are just all his last pitch of the strikeouts.
Dude, look at that. Wheeling.
Not going to be ready. Not going to be starting opening day with the big league ball club. But, dude, just the stuff. Like how straight the fastball is. Should get his velocity up just a little bit more. But, man, dude, does he look good. Spencer Strider, for me, he's one of those guys where, like, I hate him so much as a Phillies fan that I think he's so good. Anyone else got a guy like that there? ZK, right? Until he has to pitch in CVP in October. I was at that game. Strider. Everyone calling his name. It was awesome. Bob is Big Papi. Like, growing up for me, it was Jose Reyes. I hated Jose Reyes. He would get to second base, do that annoying clap. But because of that, I was like, oh, he's just so good. Right now, it's like Spencer Strider is one of those guys. Micah Parsons is one of those guys in football. Do you have a guy that you, like, hate him? You hate him because he beats your team. But then you look back and you think, you're like, he's so good. I hate him. He's so good.
As a Steelers fan, it was Tom Brady for a lot of it.
I mean,
you know what I
that's
mean?
an
Like,
obvious
that was
one.
like the easiest one that comes to my mind. Right now, probably Lamar Jackson.
Oh, okay.
He's so good. So probably Lamar.
Amish says Cubs, Javier Baez. I like how you had to specify Cubs, Javier Baez. Very important distinction. And Loden saying Harper is mine as a Braves fan. Attaboy Harper. There you go, Loden. Attaboy was that Orlando Arcia. He was a menace with the Cubs. Dude, shout out the Cubs, by the way. They did an amazing job. Theo Epstein, like, just as this show's about to wrap up, you look back on history and they could have so easily been like, now, we won a World Series with Javier Baez, Anthony Rizzo, Chris Bryant, and Jake Arrieta. And they cut ties with all of them. And all of those guys ended up stinking immediately after they left the Cubs. So it's just funny how we have to remind ourselves how good Javier Baez was. RC needs to stop talking at this point. Attaboy Harper. There you go. Except for Jason Hayward. For some reason.
Theo's awesome. He did the same with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah. And for some reason, though, they gave Jason Hayward the contract the size of Texas. That was their one miss right there. But
Another failed Pirate there.
Who's that?
Jason Hayward.
He was a Pirate?
I believe so. Josh Hayward, maybe I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you might be thinking of a different Hayward. I know Hayward came up as a Brave. Hit a home run his first at bat. So ain't gonna drive deep right field. One of the all-time calls. Welcome to the show. Jason Hayward's in the top.
Different name.
Top 20. I think in active hitters. One of those weird stats. You play for long enough, and you end up. All right, let's go, baby. We got that giveaway going in just a couple moments. Appreciate everyone joining us tomorrow. A reminder: we're gonna do pretty much a full March Madness show tomorrow. For some of you, I know that's great news. It's out of here, as Cook remembers it. It was awesome. This is it, baby. Harry the K. Man, oh man. Bobby Abreu. The Harry Callis, man. Got me in my feels this morning talking about announcers. But as we wrap up our show, I wanted to remind you guys of a couple things. Instant Rips. Tonight at 6:45, Fanatics Live, Suncoast Sports. You know the deal. We're ripping Instant Rips, brand new technology from Fanatics. They're nice enough to let us get a first crack at it. It's a repack. And anyone who buys an Instant Rips tonight, you are going to be entered a chance to win a Jason Dominguez autographed baseball bat. It is inscribed The Martian. Not sure if you can see it. Goat Man! Let's go, Goat Man! Congratulations, Goat Man, on taking down the slab or no slab. I'm going to get this random. And guys, a reminder for the next minute or so here. If you take down a spot in our 15 caser, it will be ripped tonight. If you take down a spot in the 15 caser, you might as well take it down right now. I'll give you a chance at the slab or no slab wheel. If you take down a spot over $1,000, 2 spins at the slab or no slab wheel. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen, running that right now. Come on now. Let's see it. 125 or 50, Goat Man. Come on, Goat Man. 17, Ohtani number match. Hey, this is a fun one. I won't lie to you, Goat Man. You're not going to be able to pay for your tuition with this one, but if you're a ball knower, this is a fun piece to have.
Josh Cribbs, man.
Dude, this has been sitting on the wheel since the wheel started. Let's go, Goat Man. This is one of my favorites. How about a Josh Cribbs auto?
Never forget when James Harrison laid him out.
Is that about like when he got killed?
Yeah, that was it.
God. Josh Cribbs auto, baby. Where can you get a Josh Cribbs auto? All right, there you go. Congratulations, Goat Man. That's a fun one.
Chat, 11 spots left in the 15 caser.
There we go. There are 2 off the board. In case anyone wants to take a stab at the slabber, you got to go, man. Thank you for hopping on in. Tomorrow morning, 9:30, we're going to be doing a 90-minute show pretty much on March Madness. Tonight, 6:45. Instant rips. Any purchase, chance to win a Martian inscribed Jason Dominguez autograph bat. And I'll give, come on, right here. Someone buy a spot. Take down a spot in our 15-case Bowman break. We will spin that wheel twice if you take down a spot. We got a Tom Glavine rookie card. We got Ellie De La Cruz rookie card, mint 9 on here. But,
if not, we'll see you over there.
All right. Big Dog's going to hold it down. Appreciate it, Big Dog. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. As always, great questions. Tomorrow we got another game at 6 a.m. But for now, going to send it on over to our guys ripping. Have fun, BD. If you're still in here, have a great time at UD. That's going to be exciting tonight. March Madness tonight. 15 caser of Bowman tonight. And, of course, instant rip 6:45. I will see you there. Have a fantastic night. But for now, going to send it on over. See you, Johnny. The other guys ripping a little Bowman. Have a fantastic day, everyone.